Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Busts. What was that? Did you hear that? I swear I heard an arrow. Did you not hear an arrow? That's no problem. We appear to be safe here for episode 640 of Farlands or Busts. Of course, episode 640 is also going to be and is the finale episode of Season 6 of Farlands or Bust, because here we are. Here we are, right next to where we pressed F3 at the end of Flobathon, which was on January 7th. I do believe this episode should be going live, publishing, on Sunday, January 22nd. Little bit of a time gap between the Flobathon and this finale episode. We also ended the Flobathon on an elevated hidey hole. Dangerous things to be doing. Dangerous things indeed, and perhaps that's what that arrow was all about. What was that arrow all about? Anyway, here we are. We were walking along, trying across multiple days in the Farlands or Bust world, trying to find a place that spoke to us, that said, this is the place where you should press F3. Found some mountains. There was a lot of snow biomes and things that weren't really too impressive. But then we found this. This is a natural creation, a natural part of the terrain generation. It looks a bit like the front of a cabin or a house. The facade. You always see those old rundown mining towns or something in mountainy areas or something. And just the stone brick facade of a home or a building remains, and that's what this reminded me of. We got I can't quite tell what the door should be. I feel like this should be the door and that should be the window. But yeah, we got this like kind of natural facade. And I said, you know what? On the top of the roof. On the top of the roof is where we shall press F3. So we went up to the top of the roof. We placed a cake. We also have a spare cake. Not only was Flobathon taking place on our good friend Cone Dodger's birthday, so we had to make an extra cake, but the cake has been an item to mark the finale of Season 6 here. So we made many cakes. Many cakes were made, and some cakes were eaten. And when we pressed F3, as I'm about to do right now, we found that we had walked 3,116,936 blocks from spawn. So close. Everybody was really hoping it was going to be pi. So close to pi. There's number 20, Wolfie. So close to pi, but not quite. But yeah, a lot of people were guessing over 3 million. I even guessed over 3 million. And that's where we're at. Of course, the last F3 number was almost. We almost walked 1 million blocks in a season. The last F3 number was 2,266,779, which was 18.06% of the way to the far lands. Now, we are 24.83% of the way to the far lands, which are at 12,550,820 blocks from spawn. Just barely off pi and barely off 25%. A quarter of the way. A quarter of the way to the Farlands. That is significant, my friends. That is very significant. I'm actually surprised at that. Very surprised at that. I was surprised when we first pressed F3 back in 2011 for the first time, and we were like 8% of the way there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a measurable distance. 8% of the way to the Farlands. Now we're almost 25% of the way to the Farlands. So what we've done thus far, since March 2011 to right now, we only have to do 3 more times. And then we're there. Easy as pie. Easy as cake, I say. Easy as cake. That makes it a completely tangible and possible goal to be met. Oh man, that makes it super real, doesn't it, my friends? Wow, we've got less than 10 million blocks to go. We've got 9,433,884 blocks to go until we reach the Farlands. Could I throw some more numbers at you? I most certainly can. I most certainly can throw some more numbers at you. For instance, just before loading the world here, our world save is now 23 16,983.05 megabytes, just shy of 24 gigs for a Minecraft world save that is simply walking in one direction. That's probably going to grow, even though we're not going to walk any further. Today is not a day for walking. Today is a day for building and preparing and creating the F3 monument. We'll talk about that in a second. So that number may grow a bit as we gather resources and instruments and tools and whatnot. That number may grow a little bit. Let me do a quick survey of the land as I'm talking. But yeah, just shy of 24 gigs of a world save file. Additionally, and more importantly, you could even say, is the number we raised for Child's Play charity. Hey, wolves! The number we raised for Child's Play charity, obviously the goal that prompted us to have the Flobathon was $60,000 for Season 6. We got that. And back on episode 639, before the Flobathon, we were at $61,343.26. Over the course of Flobathon, and since then, we've raised almost $10,000 more. We're up to $71,341. We just need $2 more to be exactly $10,000 more than we raised throughout the season. $71,341.83, 118% of our Season 6. Go, dear. Hello, hello, Minecraft. Ooh, it's angry. All these numbers were thrown at it. It's doing all these rounding errors and floating points. It's trying to figure things out. Yeah, see, it's very strange. That freezing is not due to walking a distance or loading new chunks. It's just a strange little quirk here in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3. Perhaps based on how far we are or the terrain offset or something. We got some strange goings-ons here. So yeah, I appreciate obviously everybody for donating to Child's Play charity, for supporting Firelands or Bust, for tuning in to the Flobathon. I don't believe throughout the entirety of the Flobathon we ever dipped below 1,500 viewers, and at its peak, at the F3 moment, we had just over 3,000 viewers. I really wish I had the data from previous Flobathons to know what sort of viewership comparisons we can make. But that might be close to the most viewers we've ever had for a Flobathon. I honestly don't remember, and I unfortunately can't tell. I know we've been over 1,000 before, and certainly I think the first and second Flobathons we had quite a few many viewers, simply because Twitch was still kind of a new thing. Twitch wasn't a thing that everybody used, so there wasn't much competition. So it was kind of like, oh, there's only 20 people streaming Minecraft. One of these people are walking to the Farlands. Let's check that out. So there's a little bit of a different environment that we're working with now than before. But I appreciate everybody who tuned in, who donated, who chatted, who helped out, and who were just there to support. You may be wondering, why am I collecting leaves? Well, first of all, it was to make sure that I can collect leaves. I didn't know when that was added into the game. The F3 monument, this time around, is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to be making a building or a giant tower that we have before. I would like to go back to nature. I would like to build a tree. I've mentioned this already in other places. I would like to build a tree. And in order to do that, we need to collect a lot of wood, and we need to collect a lot of leaves. We're not going to make a crazy, huge tree of life sort of situation, just a larger than normal tree. And I find it interesting that we found this sort of cabin situation here, this sort of cabin facade, because it really inspired me now to like make it almost like a hobbit hole or something like that. Let me show you. As the sun sets here, we're going to have to make a proper hidey hole out of this cabin. But yeah, we've got this here. I want the tree to be growing on top of it, and then almost like this cabin, this house, is built into the tree trunk. It's going to be low to the ground. I'm kind of thinking just have the roots kind of growing around here, going up, and then just having a few branches coming out. Nothing crazy tall or anything. Just a very simple tree, and then we'll build the hidey hole inside there. But let's go to sleep And we will continue with that in the morning. Whoop, I said in the morning. And awakeness. And awakeness indeed. Oh man, we got a lot of work to do, and I am actually going to be let's make this our door right away. I'm actually going to be building this monument live on Twitch. This part I'm recording on my own, just beforehand, just so that I can do my normal kind of Flobathon recap as we did and get all the numbers out, talk to you guys. But I'm going to be doing the actual building segment live on Twitch, simply because it's normally something I do away from the camera and then edit in later in like highlights or fast forward or whatever. So I figured this time I might as well have some Farlanders along for the journey, perhaps helping me out, inspiring some things. So that's one part of it, but also it just seems like live streaming is a good way for me to get some thoughts out, things organized. I still want to be, what we actually need is to actually slow down here for a minute. We need to build some chests. We need to place some chests. Let's put some of our important inventories up here. The clock, that. Oh man, we're going to need a lot of shears. We're going to need a lot more iron if we're going to collect more leaves like this. Although that's quite a few leaves we've already got, to be honest with you. Let's keep the saplings. We'll have to regrow the plants. Let's put away some of the stuff we don't particularly need. Yeah, this, we might, it's going to be a lot of stone tools, I think. Stone tools it is. We don't need that. We don't need to burn the place down, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm going to build a hidey hole on this side. The standard hidey hole, and then we'll build the tree around it. I'm going to need more dirt, however. I don't want to damage the local area too much. I'd like to collect most of my resources around here. There's plenty of good trees. That's another thing. Since I had this idea in mind to build a tree, I wanted to make sure I found an F3 location where there were actual trees around, because that's where I'm going to need the materials. It's not going to work out too good to build a tree if I have no wood to build it with. No tree trunks. So yeah, Season 6, wrapping up. Wrapping up indeed. I will still be recording, and I will include something of a montage, or something of the building process. Probably set to music. I'm not doing any sort of, it's not like a Flobathon sort of live stream I'm going to be doing. It's just going to be, of course, I'm speaking of this, all this stuff has happened in the past tense. It's going to just be kind of just a normal one of my live streams where we just happen to be building the F3 monument for Flob. And I'll be including the footage and recording the footage from that into this episode. So yeah, what you're watching right now has been recorded prior to that live stream, and then I'll do the live stream, and then I'll record a little bit just afterwards as a little bit of a summary. I'll do the proper recaps and thank yous and whatnots. And yeah, we will be well on our way to wrapping up Season 6 here, and then thinking about Season 7, which is going to be a little bit of time. It's going to be a little bit of time. I've already talked on stream, and I even talked in previous episodes here of Farlands or Bust, particularly episode 638, I believe it was, about some things that have transpired in my life, some changes. And it's kind of a weird thing thinking about Season 6. Season of 6? Season of 6. It was a spicy meatball. Oh, there goes that shovel. Oh boy, this is going to be a really tough, really tough build. Yeah, Season 6 was a bit of a weird one for me, if you want my honest opinion. It took a while, as far as the time taken. A lot of episodes, a lot of time. And then, of course, we did have Kurt Badical, which was somewhat explained previously. We had Kurt Badical, which slowed things down a bit. And then we also you know, took some time like that, and I do appreciate it. I just want to first and foremost let you guys know that I do appreciate those of you who stuck around through those sort of things. It always is a bit frightening as a content producer on the internet to take time, even if it is time for myself and time that is required to make sure I'm still able to do the things I like to do, to be in the right mindset, to be figuring things out in my personal life away from the YouTubes, away from the computer and whatnot. It's a frightening thing because, as we've learned many, many times, and as we continues to learn, YouTube, content creation, the internet, is a very forgetful place. As in, if you don't, say, create content for a particular amount of time, or you aren't visible to your audience, they tend to forget you. And I appreciate those of you who haven't forgotten me and have gone above and beyond to continue donating to Child's Play charity, to be very... Ooh, would that act as a spawn point? Probably not. Alright. This is dangerous stuff, my friends. We are without a spawn point right now. We are without a spawn point. So once the sun sets, we have got to sleep in there. Let's also try to bring Wolfie inside. I think that's a good idea. Now let's try to get you hanging out in the corner here. Wolfie? No? It's probably up on the roof. You do you not want to stay inside? Wolfie, where'd you go? You noodle? There you are. Don't fall down that chasm to the left there. I should probably actually... Oh, God. Cover that up. Hey there. Hey there. Come on in. Come on. Well done. No, no, no. All the way in. Oh, you noodle. All right. All right. No, 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 no. This way, this way, this way. All right. Maybe you will stand on the outside, on the porch. You're a porch dog. There you go. We'll give you a torch for the porch dog. We'll give you one of those. I also probably want to make a furnace. I probably want to get some cobblestone. Let's get some from down here, maybe. Again, I really don't want to... We're kind of going with the nature and preserving nature and trees theme. I don't want to destroy too much of the surroundings. So yeah, got kind of away from my point there, but I just appreciate everybody for hanging out, and I hope you have the same patience moving forward. We're having some similar things changing. Spooky. In the near future. Careful, sheepy! That was a momentary pink sheep, because he took damage. That's why he was pink. A little bit of variability coming in the next few months as well for myself, and also affecting my content. Again, if this is something you've been watching my Twitch streams, you probably already know about, but gonna keep in contact with you guys during that. So speaking, I brought this up because we started talking about Season 7. There's gonna be a little bit of a break between this episode, Season 6, and then when we start Season 7. Similar thing happened with previous seasons, of course, as well. So nothing new in that regard, but I would appreciate your continued patience and support, and think of it as taking a break. We've been walking for almost 1,000,000 meters over the past year and a half. 1,000,000 meters. You gotta slow down, take a break. Oh my gosh, I have no coal? How do I have no coal? What kind of a madman has no coal on him? Craziness, I say. Alright, I guess we'll cook with wood. Can you cook with wood? Yeah, you can. You just can't shift click. Alright. Alright, so the things we need certainly more tools. Axes, shovels, definitely shovels, pickaxes. Probably use iron for some of these things, right? Definitely need more shears. Actually, we'll save the iron for shears, since you can only make shears out of iron. You can make other tools out of stone. So that's worth keeping in mind. Nope, I did not mean to place those two things there. The dang block offset! The dang block offset! But yeah, between season 5 and 6, we went from May to August. I was hoping to be able to, like, ceremoniously start season 7 on March 6th, which is when I first uploaded my first YouTube video, which was this Minecraft world. But I don't think that's going to happen. That's going to be some bad timing. Some bad timing in regards to the sort of changes and relocations we are hopefully going to be doing in the near future. But I just want to let you guys know about that. And then, yeah, I'm going to actually end this this part of our finale episode here. I'm going to go live stream the finale, or I'm sorry, the building of this F3 monument. It's going to be a tree. It's going to just live on this little hill. I'll probably have to fill this in. It's going to be a quite an undertaking. Might even be a little bit more difficult. Hey, don't push around my Wolfie. That's my Wolfie, not yours. Leave him alone, you dang chicken. Lay some eggs. So yeah, I'm going to go live stream, and the next time I come back, I'll be by myself with you guys once again, and I'll be able to reveal the F3 monument. Should be interesting, should be fun, and we'll once and for all actually, hey, stop it! We'll wrap up this season, this episode of Farlands or Bust. Thank you, everybody, once again for your support. I will see you after the following building montage. Ooh, montage. should definitely be going down now. Then maybe we'll get a look at it from the bottom in the morning. See what might need to be adjusted. Oh god! Ow! Ow! Son of a bitch! That guy was waiting for me. He was waiting. What a screw face. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have rejoined the world of real time, having sat here on the shoreline waiting for these trees to grow that we planted from the many, many saplings we acquired during the building of the brand new Season 6 F3 monument. Let's walk on over and get a view. I hope you enjoyed that little time-lapse montage. Ended up being a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but there it is. The F3 monument, the 3116936 monument, that is. Alright, spooky noises. Let's not make ominous sounds right now, but yeah, here it is. I think it went well. Certainly very different than previous F3 monuments. Also, after that montage, we did plant a bunch of trees, so it now appears as though this monument tree is part of a greater forest that we have restored, having chopped down a whole many trees just to get it built. But yeah, I think it... Oh, you're a chicken. I think it turned out pretty good. I think it turned out pretty good indeed. Like I said, a little bit different. A little bit more... It's certainly not subdued, isn't the word, because it's a large, gigantic tree that does not exist in the realm of the Minecraft game. But it's not a big spire, it's not a huge building, there's not flames and fire and glowstone and things. It's part of the land. It's part of the land, although you can still very much see and very much even stand on, if you follow this route all the way up, you can stand on the very F3 block upon which we pressed F3 to get that 3116936 number. And we replaced it with a brand new cake because during the building of the tree, we took some damage and had to eat the cake that we had placed up there, but we made that spare cake. We made that spare cake during Flobathon, and there it rests forever and ever. We also went ahead, throughout Season 6, we were collecting pink wool from pink sheep, and I said throughout the season that I wanted to integrate all the pink wool that we discover. We shear from the pink sheep. I wanted to integrate it into the F3 monument, and had the suggestion to place it in the tree to kind of symbolize cherry blossoms. I'm not sure how well that plays off, but it makes it more than just a normal quote-unquote tree. Makes it a little bit more special, I guess. And then, of course, we've integrated it. This was completely accidental, like I said before, but I made the F3 block the doorway. The doorway is the F3 block. If we press F3 here, it's still 3116936. That's pretty crazy. That was some good estimation on my part. Something else we discovered are diamond boots. Our diamond boots are just... They don't have... You could sneeze on them and they'll break. They have no durability left, but keep an eye on my armor rating in the lower right above where I'm twiddling my inventory. When I put on the diamond boots, I actually lose. I actually lose the amount of armor that I'm wearing. Armor worked in a very strange and unusual way in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3, so I think what we're going to do, we were looking forward to seeing these break, but instead what we're going to do is leave them behind, because we built these diamond shoes. We built these diamond shoes at the very beginning of Season 6. And they literally lasted just that long. Look at that sunset. Look at it go. Let's get a quick picture. I'm going to go for one more Minecraft day. Tomorrow we're going to place the sign. There needs to be a sign indicating that this is the F3 monument. I mean, if you couldn't tell already, boop, there's a nice little sunset screenshot. Oh, with Wolfie looking. Perfect. So yeah, let's go to sleep. We'll do that, and we'll say our final finale, finalitudes for Season 6 in the next day. And awakeness. We made a nice little floor here. It's very cool to be able to look up into the trunk of the tree. And yeah, we've got to make this ornamental somehow, I think. So many mentals. So many mentals. There we go. This makes no sense, but I'm doing it. This is how we do things in Farlands or Busts. We make no sense. No sense is made. Sure. Symmetry, everybody. Symmetry around the diamond boots of Season 6-ness. That apparently is all the warranty that you get on a pair of diamond boots. Let's also... Wait, we might need that actually still. We do need that actually still, because we need to... Do I have sticks? I do not have sticks. Let's turn this all into this stuff. Do I have sticks? I don't have sticks. Let's make a sign. I think you get 3 signs out of it, don't you? Let's make a sign. Oh no, you just get 1 sign. Oh, that's in the current versions of the game. Oh boy, signs were expensive back in these parts. Let's make a sign. Let's do just a quick survey of the lands and maybe plant 10 more trees here. But yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. It worked out pretty well indeed. As part of that montage, I am actually going to release the live stream. Kind of boring. I was really concentrating on not falling off and dying for the first time in Far Lands or Bust while making this F3 monument. But we had some interesting chats, and it was just a pretty good live stream. So I will be releasing the VOD, not as Far Lands or Bust episodes, but I suppose as an addendum, as a sort of archival purposes of the live stream. I have uploaded it, or I have transferred it from Twitch. I am having problems. Apparently, we were playing C418, and apparently one of C418's songs samples what could be a song that's in the public domain, or it's just a song that is like stock music. But there's one company that I've had problems with before who likes to claim through the Content ID system stock music, and sometimes even public domain music. It's very hard to define because the music themselves, the compositions themselves, may be copyright free, but the recordings might not be. It's very confusing, and apparently C418 used one of those sorts of songs as a sample in one of his songs that was playing during this live stream and is getting Content ID flagged. So I might have to... I don't know what I'll have to do. I might have to actually, for that one, just upload the raw recording that I have without any of the Twitch overlays. Or maybe I'll do it for all of them and then just edit out that audio. It's only about a minute worth of audio. I don't think anything too important would be missed that will mute out. But yeah, look forward to that eventually. But I'm really happy with how this turned out and with how Season 6 turned out, if I haven't said that already. It took a long time, but we raised a lot of money. And even during this live stream, I mentioned how we were just shy of $10,000 above where we started Flobathon with, and we got many, many donations, a lot of little $10 donations, a few generous donations. So the final total, at least today, right now, for Season 6 of Far Lands or Bust, raised for Child's Play charity, is $71,431.83. That brings the grand total, Wolfie, of Far Lands or Bust money raised for Child's Play charity to $407,015.38. $407,000. That is craziness, my friends, and that's all thanks to you guys and the generosity of Farlanders like you and around the world. And even if you haven't been able to donate, that's quite all right. I say that many times over. That's quite all right indeed. Simply being here and supporting the series, supporting this wacky thing that we're doing, and supporting your fellow Farlanders is reason enough to celebrate and pat yourselves on the back and look forward to the future of Far Lands or Bust, where we will continue doing amazing things. But now is the time to place the sign. I actually went back and watched some previous, well, all of the previous F3 Monument episodes from previous seasons, and there's no format here. I've done it differently every season, but I'm going to try to stick to a format. I'm going to do what we did last season at the end of Season 5. We do 3, 1, 1, 6, 9, 3, 6 is the F3 number. We pressed F3 on 1/7/2017. Ooh, just enough space. And Flob, Far Lands or Bust, Season 6 finale. Perfect. There it is, my friends. There it is indeed, with the cake on top and an arrow pointing down. That really worked out well. And just to show, the F3 point is open to the air. You can take that all the way to the sky. If there was a beacon in this version of the game, that would be a perfect place to put it. But there we go, we did it, and I'm very happy that we've done it, and I'm very happy that we're almost 25% of the way there, right, Wolfie? It's craziness. That's absolute craziness. Could I feed you a treat for a season well-traveled? Boop. I probably ate that, but that's no matter. That's no matter indeed. Yeah, very cool. Very cool stuff indeed. Let's take a ceremonial picture and maybe a ceremonial panoramic picture. I do want to, what are some, we're midday here. Oh, speaking of those episodes, previous episodes, if you are looking for other F3 monument moments, the previous episodes you're going to be wanting to be look at is episode 96, episode 178, episode 334, episode 490, and of course now this one, episode 640, are all finale episodes for each season of Far Lands or Bust. Oh, that's pretty good. This tree right here kind of grew and is almost overshadowing and encroaching upon our F3 monument, but I kind of like it. It's part of a greater forest. A greater forest indeed. Just like the Far Lands or Bust expedition is part of a greater community and a greater cause indeed. I'm really grasping. I'm really grasping at straws here for a deeper meaning to this, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. We did gain a few megabytes in the world save file before I did the monument building. We were at 23,983.05. Now we're at 23,985.8 for the amount of space that this world takes up on a hard drive, a world of walking in one direction. We loaded a bunch of chunks around here, chopping down trees and doing a bunch of work. Doing the work! But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Another number to keep in mind. But yeah, that is much appreciated. Like I mentioned before, there's, like previous seasons, there's going to be a bit of a lull in Far Lands or Bust. We are not going to start season 7 right away. Both to give myself time to reflect and adjust and even perhaps make some changes to the Far Lands or Bust formula for the future, but also to take care of some personal things that I need to take care of, some personal goals, some personal places I'm going and things I'm doing. Yeah, this looks good. Oh, this looks great. Tree pops up right next to me in my field of view. Dang it! Oh, this is pretty good. All right, panorama time. So yeah, it might be a month. It might be a couple months before Season 7 of Far Lands or Bust starts, but I hope you'll all stick around and stick with me until we can get that all set up and in order. Of course, you can continue donating to Child's Play charity until then, either directly through the childsplaycharity.org website or by purchasing items for specific Child's Play charity hospitals through their Amazon wish lists. Of course, in these current times, there are also other charities that you can support. The following charities I've personally supported, and I think would be great causes for Farlanders to support as well in the meantime and even during future Far Lands or Bust seasons. Charities like the ACLU, Planned Parenthood, the NAACP and the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, as well as the Trevor Project, are all charities that I would highly recommend you look up and perhaps support as well. Of course, there are many, many more, but the list could go on for another Minecraft day if we choose to talk about all the charities and causes that are worth following. And yeah, I do appreciate you following me along this journey. It's very much appreciated, my friends. And I want to thank everybody who donated, everybody who watched, liked, or shared these episodes, everybody who stopped by the Flobathon, all of my guests, all of my chat mods on my Twitch channel are all very helpful and all make this possible. And all, of course, my friends and colleagues and people I've met and become friends with over the years in YouTube. Looking forward to another 5.5 years that we've been doing this, and we'll do more. As well as, speaking of friends, just a little bit of a mention. This weekend is PAX South in San Antonio. I am going to be in attendance, and stay tuned to my Twitter account where we might have some sort of meetup. I've already talked, like last year, we did a meetup with Anasia. We might be doing something similar with Anasia and even more friends. Cone Dodger's going to be there, so I'm really looking forward to that. Are you looking forward to that, Wolfie? I am, and I'm looking forward to continuing walking to the far lands in Season 7 and beyond, in that direction towards the sunset. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. The dang block offset.